Welcome to Hero Villains. Who do you think would win between Colossus versus Gladiator when the Steel Mutant faces the Destroyer Warrior of the Shi'ar Empire? Colossus is one of the prominent mutants of the X-Men. His real name is Piotr Rasputin, a gentle Russian farmer who possesses the ability to transform his entire body into nearly indestructible organic metal. When he activates his power, his body becomes gigantic, weighing several tons and capable of withstanding artillery fire, extreme temperatures, or blows from powerful superheroes. Colossus also possesses physical strength great enough to lift military vehicles or fight on equal terms with gigantic enemies. Gladiator, on the other hand, is a cosmic warrior from the Shi'ar Empire and the leader of the Imperial Guard. Gladiator possesses power nearly equal to Superman, including the ability to fly at supersonic speed, fire energy beams from his eyes, tremendous physical strength, and durability capable of withstanding planet-level explosions. What makes him unique is that his power increases as his confidence grows. Before we go deeper into the analysis, please press the subscribe button and remember to turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon. Thank you very much. In the frozen lands of Siberia and Russia, the life of Piotr Rasputin began very simply. He grew up on his family's small farm, where wide fields and harsh winters forged people into becoming strong and resilient. In Pyotr's childhood memories, the image of his older brother, Mikhail Rasputin, was always his greatest pride. Mikhail became a cosmonaut, a man who stepped beyond the sky of Earth, but behind that glory was a dangerous secret. Mikhail was actually a mutant with the ability to manipulate energy. To hide this truth, the government staged his death, causing the Rasputin family to sink into silent loss. Witnessing everything, Piotr understood that mutant blood also flowed within him. Even so, he never desired fame or power. When his ability awakened, his body could transform into a layer of living metal as hard as steel. His shining silver skin reflected the cold light of Siberia, while the power inside him far surpassed that of any ordinary human. Piotr possessed immense strength, extraordinary endurance, and enhanced speed, making every step he took carry the weight of an unstoppable giant machine. He quietly used his power to help the farmers around the region, lifting heavy machinery, protecting the farm, and sharing the burden of labor. Eventually, the desire to protect not only his family but also the world led him onto a new path. Piotr joined the legendary mutant team X-Men and took the codename Colossus. From a simple farm boy, he became a steel warrior standing in the middle of brutal battle. Colossus's physical strength is truly astonishing. He is classified in the Strength Class 100 category, meaning he can lift more than 100 tons with both arms fully extended, similar to a standing weightlifting motion. That ability alone is enough to place him among the most powerful beings in the superhero world. However, what makes Colossus truly impressive is not just the number. During the confrontation with World War Hulk, Colossus showed incredible resilience when he was able to withstand and counterattack the destructive power of Hulk. Even while facing a rage that could crush an entire city, he refused to step back. The moment his steel body stood firm in the storm of that power looked like an unbreakable wall. Of course, characters like Thor and Hulk are also placed in similar strength levels. However, both of them can exceed the 100-ton limit during moments of extreme power bursts. Even so, Colossus remains a symbol of stable and reliable strength. When his ability is activated, the entire biological tissue of Piotr Rasputin transforms into a metallic compound with hardness similar to osmium and carbon steel. In this state, Colossus reaches Strength Class 100, capable of lifting enormous masses and delivering blows with impact powerful enough to shake the ground. The durability of his metallic armor is extraordinary. Ordinary bullets are completely useless against his steel body, and even large artillery shells, such as the 110mm howitzer, struggle to penetrate it. Colossus once endured a direct collision from a heavy cargo truck moving at about 160 km per hour and still remained standing. Even an explosion equivalent to 200 kilograms of TNT is not enough to destroy that protective layer. Colossus's metallic body can function in environments with extreme temperatures, from deep freezing conditions to heat reaching hundreds of degrees Celsius. This metal layer does not corrode or rust. Even his eyes transform into a durable metallic form strong enough to deflect a large caliber bullet. In this state, Colossus does not need to breathe, although the vacuum of outer space is still an environment where he cannot survive for long. Colossus is also a formidable hand-to-hand combatant. He has been trained in combat techniques such as judo and wrestling, making his throws and grappling attacks many times more dangerous when combined with his immense strength. Within the ranks of the X-Men, Colossus has always been seen as a solid steel wall on the front line. Many times, he has stood up to face some of the most dangerous enemies directly. Among them are the immensely powerful psychic entity Shadow King, the sentient machine Danger, and the ruthless mind manipulator Cassandra Nova. Each encounter is a brutal challenge where Colossus must use both his strength and his willpower to protect his teammates. At times, he has even had to face opponents with nearly limitless power, such as Hulk or the unstoppable giant Juggernaut. In those battles, the ground trembles beneath every impact. Steel collides with stone. Strength crashes against strength, creating moments that make the entire battlefield feel as if it might explode from the pressure. However, the most painful trial for Colossus came from within his own mind. When confronting Arcade, he was brainwashed and forced to turn against the very friends he had always protected. In that moment, the steel giant became a danger to his own teammates. Yet deep within the heart of Piotr Rasputin, there still existed an unbreakable will. He fought against that control and eventually reclaimed authority over himself, proving that his spirit was even stronger than his metal armor. One of the most brutal confrontations occurred when Bruce Banner returned to Earth with terrifying fury after being exiled from the planet by the secret group Illuminati. When Hulk attempted to capture Professor X, Colossus stepped forward to stop him. The clash between the two powerhouses caused everything around them to be crushed. In his rage, Hulk bent both of Colossus's steel arms, leaving him severely injured and in extreme pain. Even so, his story did not end there. Thanks to the healing ability of Elixir, whose real name is Josh Foley, Colossus recovered. Afterward, the organization SWORD quickly removed him from Earth to face an even stranger mission. On the planet Breakworld, an ancient prophecy claimed that Colossus was the mutant destined to destroy their world. Colossus fought alongside the X-Men against the Dark Avengers and confronted Eddie Brock, also known as Venom. During this time, Colossus went through a period of depression after losing Kitty, but they were later reunited with the help of Magneto. After that, he lost his powers because of a mutant cure created by Warlord Krun, and Colossus was also defeated by him. No matter what happens, Colossus continues to walk forward with a determined heart, because deep beneath that indestructible layer of metal is still a man who is always ready to fight for what is right. I truly hope you will subscribe to the channel. It will help us a lot, and you are amazing. Thank you very much. Now let us talk about Gladiator. Gladiator, the supreme warrior of the Shi'ar Empire, a fighter who is almost invincible. His true identity is Kalark, the supreme leader of the elite Imperial Guard that serves the mighty Shi'ar Empire. On battlefields among the stars, Kalark appears as a symbol of absolute power, a warrior whom even the strongest heroes must approach with caution. The origin of Gladiator comes from the Strontians, a race that already possesses extraordinary physical abilities. However, Kalark also went through special training and enhancement to become a perfect warrior. Because of this, he can survive in the vacuum of space, travel between planets, and fight under the harshest conditions. Every punch from Gladiator carries power capable of shattering massive structures, while his speed is so great that even light seems to fall behind him. Kalark's abilities do not have a fixed limit, but depend directly on his belief in himself. When his confidence reaches its peak, his strength, speed, durability, and even his combat awareness increase accordingly. This unique trait makes Gladiator comparable to legendary heroes such as Superman. However, Kalark's power is even more flexible, capable of reaching astonishing levels when his will does not waver. Cosmic warriors who have witnessed Gladiator's power all give him absolute respect. The Space Knight Econ of the Space Knights of Galador once evaluated Kalark as reaching Alpha Plus level, a title reserved for individuals who possess immense power. At his peak condition, Gladiator is often placed alongside some of the most powerful figures, such as Silver Surfer, Beta Ray Bill, Hulk, Thor, and Sentry. Gladiator's physical strength is so great that no accurate measurement can determine his ultimate limit. The force from his punches alone is enough to destroy an entire planet. However, what truly makes Kalark special lies in the strange nature of his power. The greater his confidence in himself becomes, the more his strength increases to unimaginable levels. Gladiator has easily overwhelmed Colossus and defeated Thing with only 2 clean punches. In another battle, he stopped Hyperion's attack with a single palm and then launched a fierce counterattack that knocked his opponent down. He even faced the Omega-level mutant Vulcan, tore out one of his eyes, and rendered the enemy unconscious after a series of brutal strikes. In a battle with the Fantastic Four, he even lifted the entire Baxter building off the ground as if it were only a light block of concrete. His son Kubark once said that he had seen his father tear apart black holes in space. Although that story sounds like a legend, it still shows the level of power that Gladiator can reach when his confidence is at its peak. Gladiator also has the ability to fire extremely concentrated energy beams from his eyes. These beams can reach terrifying temperatures hotter than the surface of many stars. The clearest proof is that they have burned even the durable skin of Hulk. When facing Hyperion, these energy beams were strong enough to neutralize his opponent's atomic vision and create a powerful explosion that temporarily paralyzed both warriors. However, all of those abilities still depend on a single factor. That factor is Kalark's belief in himself. When his spirit is as firm as steel, Gladiator becomes a force that is almost impossible to stop. But when his confidence wavers, that power also declines. As the leader of the Shi'ar Imperial Guard, Kalark is not only famous for his terrifying strength, but also for battles whose outcomes have become legendary across the galaxies. One of the most remarkable moments was when Gladiator stopped an explosion powerful enough to erase half of a solar system. The list of opponents he has defeated is enough to astonish many warriors. Gladiator once snapped the neck of Hyperion in a fierce battle. He also defeated the superpowered king Black Bolt and overcame Captain Marvel while she was in her immensely powerful binary state. With a single punch, he knocked Drax the Destroyer to the ground. In another battle, he defeated Wonder Man and used a heavy hammer to smash his opponent into the ground. Even warriors connected to the God of Thunder have experienced Gladiator's power. He beat Eric Masterson when he carried the title of Thor so severely that his body ached to the bone. On another occasion, Gladiator defeated 3 dangerous opponents: Hypernova, Warshot, and Flaw, with only a single punch. Gladiator has also confronted a version of Cyclops empowered by the Phoenix Force, and was still able to compete on equal terms. In a bold moment, he even delivered a direct punch to the face of the enormous cosmic entity Galactus. Gladiator once fought evenly with a power-enhanced Silver Surfer. The heat beams from Kalark's eyes were so intense that Surfer screamed in pain. He has also stunned the savage conqueror Annihilus, even while Annihilus was in a high-power state. In another brutal battle, a single 2-handed strike from Gladiator was enough to make the legendary warrior Beta Ray Bill bleed. Gladiator stands as one of the most terrifying cosmic warriors. When Kalark's confidence reaches its peak, he is not only the leader of the Shi'ar Imperial Guard, but also a storm of power capable of shaking entire galaxies. Kalark's lifespan extends far beyond that of ordinary humans, allowing him to accumulate combat experience across many decades. He often appears on the battlefield like a streak of light tearing through the darkness of space. In addition, his super powerful breath is also a formidable weapon. With a single blast of air from his chest, Gladiator can extinguish the flames of Human Torch, or create a freezing gust strong enough to paralyze an opponent for a brief moment. He can withstand powerful psychic attacks and has once stood firm against the mental power of Jean Grey. Extreme temperatures also struggle to harm him, as proven when Gladiator once flew through a massive red star and continued fighting. Gladiator can survive in the vacuum of space and travel through the most dangerous regions of the universe without any protection. Kalark has accumulated experience confronting countless interplanetary threats, from the armies of the Kree and the Skrulls to heroes from Earth and even the cosmic tyrant Thanos. That experience has forged Gladiator into a sharp strategist and a respected leader. On the battlefields among the stars, he is not only a machine of power, but also the commanding mind that leads entire armies. Gladiator is hunting a common enemy, and that pursuit accidentally pulls Colossus into the vortex of conflict when he steps forward to protect his fellow X-Men. On a barren land filled with broken rocks and swirling dust, the two warriors face each other. The air is so tense that it feels as if every grain of sand has gone silent to listen. Colossus speaks in a calm voice. "I do not want to fight, but if I must, I will stand firm like steel." Gladiator looks at him with the proud gaze of a warrior who has conquered countless battles. "Your strength is worthy of respect, but I am Gladiator, the undefeated champion of the Empire." Colossus attacks first. His massive metal body charges forward like a living war machine. His steel punch crashes down with tremendous force, sending Gladiator flying across massive rocks. The ground trembles as the stones explode apart, but Gladiator easily avoids the attack. His speed almost becomes a streak of light. In a blink of an eye, he shoots into the sky and then dives down like a meteor, grabbing Colossus and throwing him straight into the ground. A deep crater erupts beneath the impact. Colossus rises from the cloud of dust. His metallic skin absorbs most of the shock. He roars, grabs Gladiator, and drags his opponent to the ground for close combat. The two giant warriors struggle among the shattered stones. Colossus uses pure strength, throwing rocks that weigh several tons toward Gladiator. Gladiator answers with blazing laser beams from his eyes. The red energy slices through the air and melts part of the metal covering Colossus's body. Steam from heated metal rises into the air like burning mist. Gladiator flies through the sky at supersonic speed, attacking continuously from a distance. Every dive toward the ground strikes like a bolt of lightning. Colossus tries to extend the fight by using the environment. He lifts enormous boulders and throws them like artillery shells, even stomping the ground to create tremors that crack the earth. But Gladiator destroys everything. In a brief moment between the storm of attacks, Colossus feels his body growing heavy. The burns in his metal skin ache deeply. In his mind, only one thought remains. High above the dusty sky, Gladiator looks down with growing pride. In his mind echoes a cold certainty. Colossus gathers the last of his strength. He rushes forward, locks Gladiator in his steel arms, and slams his opponent into the ground. The impact creates a violent shock like an earthquake. Stones explode and the earth splits open. For the first time, Gladiator is truly injured. But in an instant, he escapes the grip using his power of flight. As he pulls back, he fires a series of laser beams, precisely targeting the metal joints of Colossus. Those rare weak points begin to crack. Gladiator continues flying, avoiding every close attack from Colossus. Then, he gathers all his power into one decisive punch. His superpowered fist pierces through the weakened metal layer. The steel covering Colossus's body shatters. His power leaves him. The giant body returns to human form and collapses onto the ground. Gladiator stands firmly in the ruined battlefield, his cape flying in the wind. Beneath his feet, Colossus lies unconscious among the shattered stones. The warrior Gladiator of the Empire remains the victor. I hope you enjoyed this battle. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section. Follow me if you like. That is the video for today. Thank you very much.